There's an air of mystery that surrounds the inner lives of artists, might they be painters, photographers, illustrators, musicians, singers, whatever you consider yourself to be. I am a very private person and protect my solitude. I treasure the time I use to focus on creative practice. Artists by nature are elusive, which is why making videos like this is so hard for me to do, but it's something I feel is needed. Recent events have spurred me into making this video, and without divulging too much about the reason for this video, I feel the timing of its release is right, and perhaps needed by many of you. Stepping away from all the tools and projects I have to make these videos, I try my best to share advice and opinions which often come across as unvarnished and hard-headed. As difficult as it is to explain, I do want to share what ignites my imagination and why art is so essential to everyday life. For me and many others, creativity is a form of worship, and we need to remember that the rewards and recognition we reap from creativity should never be the only motivation for why we create. Whether you are a person of faith or not, you cannot deny that creativity is a phenomenon that cannot be explained. We live in a privileged world where everything is instant and quick, but it is also fleeting. We live in a society where people are no longer individuals. Thanks to the pressure of social media, each individual has become a brand, and we fight each other over how many likes, comments, views, or subscribers we get. Or we motivate others to create so that they can get the acknowledgement and approval they so desperately need. Feedback is instantaneous these days. This can be uplifting and intoxicating, but also incredibly damaging. As artists, YouTubers, performers, etc., forging ahead tirelessly, regardless of public and financial recognition, we often choose to shy away from the limelight, because that's not what the motivation of creativity should be about. A lot of it is left up to fate, or faith, the belief in what we cannot foresee or predict. My personal favourite artist, Salvador Dali, said that mistakes are almost always of a sacred nature, and as such we should forgive each other and ourselves when mistakes are made. Forgiveness is not an emotion. It is a choice. The severity and effect that our own actions can have on others is something we must take responsibility for. To avoid taking responsibility for your actions is to avoid your duty to the human race. Accountability shows maturity. Admitting we are wrong or need help to fix a mistake is never an easy thing to do. But that's the point. Sometimes, in order to become stronger, we must break and deconstruct ourselves. To forge ourselves and become better, we have to go through more than just the fire. We have to endure the consequences of our actions so we can straighten ourselves out. When you break a bone and that bone repairs itself, it ends up stronger than it was before. To stay motivated is not to ignore the events around us. Staying motivated means to use the events, might they be good or bad, to mold us into better people, better creators. Art has spanned time. It is what has lifted us up. It's what brought most of us together. Art is a raft onto which we climb to save our sanity. I hope to join others in encouraging each and every one of you to be enlightened, amused, inspired, and transported. There is a time for healing and forgiveness. We have all been victims at one point in our lives. We have made mistakes that other people have been and are perhaps still paying for. Let's stop looking back. It distracts on the now. Move forward. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative.